Some really tense moments today in our Fox 11 newsroom when some of us looked up and saw that nobody was watching the eagle eggs in Big Bear. Look, they're left unattended. One flew right back in, though, thank goodness. That was either Jackie or Shadow swooped in. Huge sigh of relief overcame the newsroom. A lot of watchers are worried because the first of 3 eggs was supposed to hatch last Thursday, and as far as we know, it still has not. With more on what's going on, we are joined by Sandy Steers. She is the Executive Director of Friends of Big Bear Valley. It is so good to see you. We loved having you last week.
Thank you.
What happened today in that moment? Was that anything a cause for concern when the eggs were left unattended?
No, that does happen sometimes if they get distracted in what was going on in the area. There were a couple of other visiting bald eagles that were hanging around, and Jackie and Shadow, we think, were probably out, making sure they stayed out of the territory. Anything that might threaten them, they make sure it stays away from the nest.
Guarding their turf, so to speak. So you were with us last week, and we were hoping that on Thursday of last week, we would potentially see an egg hatch. We've now almost a week later, and we haven't seen any of that.
Right.
Are you concerned? Where are we at?
It really doesn't help to be concerned. We just have to watch and see what's happening. But last Thursday started the pip watch. That's the first day that it was probably developed enough to hatch. But Jackie's eggs have not. That was day 35, and Jackie's eggs have never hatched before day 38 or 39. So it's actually less, distant than it seems like. And it takes sometimes up to 41, 42 days before they actually hatch, and that's just from the ones that have been watched and tracked. So we don't know exactly how long, but it's getting a little concerning. But there's other eggs, and they haven't reached their day of hatching yet. The whole thing is a process, and we just have to watch and let nature make us be patient and see what happens.
When you were here last week, we learned that Jackie's older. She's 12, if I'm not mistaken, going off memory here. Right. Shadow is 10, so she goes for the younger men. Yeah. A lot of women do that. We can't blame her on that one. Way to go, Jackie. Is there some behavior that we can look for in terms of when we should really be concerned about the viability of these eggs?
It's kind of when Jackie and Shadow give up, when they stop sitting on the eggs much at all or anything like that, then that, means that they have given up, and that's when they're telling us, that nothing's going to happen. But as far as the little absences right now, it's nothing to be concerned at. They're still taking really good care of the eggs.
Are birds monogamous? Like, is this the only relationship for them for the rest of their life? Is that how it works?
I don't know if all birds are. I don't think all birds are, but eagles are. And Jackie had a previous mate, but since then she's just been with Shadow, and since 2018. So yes, they have stayed together.
He's her shadow, literally. I love it.
Really? Yes.
I know people in our audience right now, they love having you too. We want to know, how did you get involved with this? How did this all start that you became the watcher really of Eagle with Jackie and Shadow?
I got to watch the one that we think is Jackie when she was the first chick hatched in Big Bear Valley ever in history in 2012. And I watched through a spotting scope from a parking lot like a little less than a mile away and watched her grow up. And I just got fascinated by watching the parents feed her and by watching her practice flying and bouncing up and down and all the things that happened in her watching around the area. And I got hooked and wanted everybody to be able to see these things. So we worked on, our organization worked on raising funds to be able to put up a camera so everybody can watch and see what's happening there.
And so many people do. So you literally saw her be born.
I didn't see her be born. She was already hatched, but I did see her grow up from a few weeks old to adult. Yes.
How exciting.
I know we got to go, but do they know that the camera's there? I mean, does this register with them?
I don't think so, although sometimes they look right at it and you could think that they were. But a couple of the chicks have bitten on the camera and tried to, put their mouth over it and tried to see what it was.
All right, Sandy, we will keep watching and hope to have you back when hopefully there are new eagles we could talk about.
Yeah.
We'll be right
Yes.
back. Stay with us.